There's going to be a few things we're going to talk about in regards to cutting with these clippers. We can open up the lever, and that's when the lever is in this position, and the clippers will take out the least amount of hair. Or in this position, the lever is closed, which will take out the most hair. Or we can open up the lever halfway, quarter of the way, etc. Hey, just to show how easy it is, I'm going to line up the back of my hair real quick. But first what we're going to do is brush your head and comb the back of it, to make it even. Then what you want to do is start from the edge of the side of your hair and take out the least amount as possible to make a line. And if your line isn't sharp enough, just take off some more. And then when you're doing the bottom of the back of your neck, do the same thing until your line is pretty even on both sides. It literally took like 2 minutes, and the back of my hair looks way better. Alright, in order to make your first guideline, the easiest way, I think it's the easiest way, is to use a headband or something similar and place it at the spot where you want your fade to start at. You're gonna make sure the headband is pretty even all around, but it don't gotta be perfect, And you wanna close the lever all the way and go against the grain of your hair to make your first guideline. After you made your line at the place, you want to take your headband off and, clean up the area where the clipper is, with the lever still closed, And since I'm going to fade my beard a bit, I'm going to use my T outliner to make the first guideline for my beard. If you have longer hair, you probably want to, tie your hair up or use the hair clips to get the hair out the way, just so you can make cutting easier. You don't need to, but it makes things, just a little bit easier to keep it out the way. Before I start fading, I cut down the hair that I intend to fade if it's a bit too long for my taste. So I'm using my 1/8 guard open and cutting down the excess hair I have in the area above my guideline. And also, since I'm doing this, I know that to fade anything below this will require a smaller guard and for me to close the lever. So it keeps me at a good idea about what range I'll be cutting in between. So in this instance, it'll be between a no guard lever fully closed and a 1/8 guard fully open. And a good rule of thumb to use when cutting your hair is to always start with the lever fully open before you cut, because the open lever takes off less hair than a closed lever. And if you have the clips in your hand, you're able to see how the top blade moves towards and away the bottom blade as you open and close the lever. So just keep that in mind. After I finish that up, I brush off the area, and then I start with my 1/16 guard closed. And then I just go up a small amount to start my fade transition. It might be a 1/2 centimeter that I'm going up, which normally isn't that common, but since I'm fading a small area, I don't need to go up as much. But just know that the more hair you're gonna fade, the farther up you wanna go with the amount of hair you cut from each other. So basically, if you want to start a fade from close to the bottom of your neck area, you probably want to go up a 1/2 inch and use more guards to, make that fully blended transition. So the pattern you want to go on is to start with the lever fully closed, cut and open up a bit, then move up on the area you're cutting and then cut some more off, and open up some more, and then move up and cut, and keep doing this until the lever is fully open. And when the lever is open up all the way, put on the next size guard and close the lever, and just repeat this. By the way, when your clippers get too hot, just turn them off, spray with your clipper spray, turn them on real quick, close the blade, open the blade to lubricate it, turn them back off, and then set them to the side while the spray dries off. Now to fade your beard, you pretty much do the opposite in terms of which direction you go when you want to open the lever. So you're going to start closed as usual, but you just want to move down as you open up the lever to make that fade, and that's it to it. To do your neckline, you just want to start at the base of where your hair grows and just use your T-outliner to make a line across it. And if the line isn't where you want it at, just take it in closer with the liners until you're at the look you're going for. When you get towards the end, you want to take off any excess hair in the back of your neck with the liners, and you want to do the same thing for your fade area with the clippers. So start with your lever open in the biggest guard and cut until you achieve the look you want, closing the lever as you go to take off more hair if needed. If you want to line your beard up, you could use the liners, but I like to use a straight razor. To use the razor, just apply a clear shaving gel like Pacino's or Elegance or something like that. And maybe add some water for some more moisture if you need it. Then angle the blade at about a 45-degree angle and slide it towards your beard line while stretching the skin in that area. But before you do this, you probably want to wipe off any excess gel in the areas that you're going to use to stretch your skin, so you don't want your hand to slip off, you know what I'm saying? So I didn't make my line super sharp just because I want my beard pattern to be thicker, but I just want to show y'all how I go about it. Sometimes I cut off any excess off my eyebrows just to improve my look a little bit, you know what I'm saying? So that's that. To do my mustache, I position myself in my bathroom, where my mustache hair looks the darkest, and I use the mirror and the liners to shape them up. And when I shape it up with the liners, I use the razor to, do another cleanup. And I may use the liners again just to clean off any excess. And that's it. And then boom, when I'm done with everything, all the cutting, all the shaving, you know what I'm saying? I don't apply any alcohol. I go take a shower. I use soap and water on all the areas I cut so I don't have any irritation. Because that alcohol normally leaves me burning and normally kind of leaves my cut area kind of itchy. But when I use the soap and water, I'd be good. So I highly recommend just soap and water. All right, this is the next day, you know what I'm saying? I did my hair last night, woke up, you know what I'm saying? Took everything off my head and just some of my hair came out, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna show y'all, right here how my hair came out, the cut and everything. But I don't think it's that hard. The most important thing I wanna say for you, if you wanna do this, is just have patience with yourself. Just have plenty of patience, because one, you're not as good as your barber, and two, you're gonna be looking at yourself at a worse angle than what your barber would be looking at you is. Because your barber, he gonna be looking at the back of your head, you know what I'm saying? He good, he just go in. But you on the other hand, you're using a mirror. So really you're gonna take your time. That's it really. And you can achieve the same thing. It's not hard at all. You just gotta, take your time. If your barber takes, 20, 30 minutes to fade your head, now he give you a cut. You probably won't expect to take a little bit longer than that, just because, one, you're not as good as him, and two, you got a different angle. So that's the biggest thing right there. And other than that, you could do it. I did it, you could do it. So, that's that. Hope you like it. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you think it looks nice. I think it looks nice. Y'all Little shake. Awesome. Little shake right there. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll catch y'all another time. Take care.